if there's one thing your girl is gonna be doing is have a job and be working, because Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chit, for those who don't know. So today we're doing a chit chat. Get ready with me while I do my makeup. I already did my wig. I'm just waiting for it to like dry out after putting the got to be on it. But basically we're just gonna chit chat about, you know, being an adult and how ghetto it is, because truly it is very much ghetto. I am currently 27. No, not even. I keep saying 27. I'm not even there yet.
26.
I'm 26, yes. And this is Sharon, my little sister, who is 10. Do the math. Anywho, so yeah, I'm currently 26 and I've been living by myself for a little bit now. And if I don't know, for some reason this year it's just hitting me a whole lot harder than when I first moved out. So I first moved out at like 22. At that point I was already done with college. I was working. I was making like okay money, nothing like, oh, let's move by myself type of money. No. So I moved in with my friend. I did the roommate thing for a year. Then COVID happened. I lost my job. Not lost my job. I actually quit my job a week before the lockdown. And till this day, I'm still mad about that. I literally quit my job. I was working in the city for this like major fashion company. This is the beginning of my career. I was doing like receptionist work, or I was also helping like in the HR department. So that was happening. It was cool. It was nice being in the environment, but I just realized like it wasn't for me. I didn't really I got makeup on. Nice top. I didn't really have a lot of work when I would get there, so my days would feel so unproductive. And I was commuting all the way from Jersey into New York City. The commute alone in total was like 3 hours, if not more, just to get there. The commute was just so much, and how long it would take me to get there and how much I was spending in commuting alone was basically like my entire salary, which was just insane. So by the end of it, I literally had nothing to show for it, essentially. So I started looking for another job, and I was doing a lot of interviews, and I had to like fit them into like my lunch breaks and things like that, and I was starting to just stress out over it. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just quit and focus on job searching. And at that point I felt like I had this one job lined up. I was going through all the phases of the interviews. Everything was going well. I was like, okay, it's sounding secure. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to leave this place and really go hard on finding something new. This looks so crazy right now. So that's what I did. I gave them like 1 week's notice. That's just how fed up I was, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm never one to leave a job like without proper like 2 weeks notice, because you never want to burn any bridges ever. That's my biggest advice. So this turned into like a career slash, it's part of adulting. So yeah, anywho, so I left there, and like I said, I wish I had giving it proper 2 weeks just for myself, because I don't want to burn any bridges. You never know when you need someone or when you need to go back somewhere. So I left there, and then literally a week later, world shuts down. I'm like, bro, what? So naturally, like whatever job I had lined up, that was on pause forever, because I kept reaching out. They're like, oh, you know, we'll let you know, things and that. And it just never came back. So now I'm like home with my family, because I didn't really want to be by myself during that time. So I was still paying rent with my roommate, and then I had to let her know, you know, I won't be renewing the lease. So for like 3 months I'm job searching, no work. I couldn't get anything. I'm still at this point building my resume, right, because I haven't really gotten any big jobs or resume builders like that. And I still wasn't sure. Really? You hear the toilet flushing in the background. I'm sorry. At this point, yeah, that job was gone, and I'm not working for like 2 months or 3 months that I was like, I cannot be making any money. It's just, what? I have things to pay for. So I decided, you know what, in the meantime, while I'm still looking for, you know, a career job, I'm gonna work at Amazon. So that's what I did. I was working like 12-hour shifts overnight, 6 p.m. to like 6 a.m. Some crazy hour like that. And that was my first time ever really doing manual labor. I always had like desk jobs, so I was always sitting or just not on my feet for so long. So that was really rough. I only lasted there for like 8 days, and in those 8 days I lost 10 pounds. That's how intense it was. So I would come home exhausted. I could barely walk. I'd get home, sleep. My mom would be like, oh my god, you need to leave this job, because it was just so much. So I left it, and then I reached out to my recruiters. Recruiters are your best friend, especially when you're like just not having any luck finding things on your own. They will hook you up. So I reached out to all my recruiters. I'm like, do you guys have anything that's, you know, available at the moment? There was this one that had this work from home, which was great, job that was paying like $20 an hour, which was really good at that time. So I took it, and I would basically be calling people at home like who bought stocks to let them know, oh, this change is happening to your stock, you need to sign off on it. Obviously these are basically like telecallers. No one really wants to talk to you. Oh, I remember that. So I didn't really like it, but it was paying me decent, so I was like, whatever, I'll keep doing it till I find something better. So I kept going till eventually I found another job. I actually ended up doing customer service for Tory Burch, which was really good. I loved it. I'd never done that type of customer service before. I always had like customer facing jobs, but like customer service over the phone. It was interesting. I learned a lot. And then eventually that role was temporary, so it wasn't like a permanent position or anything. So I was naturally still looking for something that would be permanent, benefits and all of that. So I was still applying, and then finally I got hired for this job as like an admin assistant and then HR support. So that's kind of how everything kicked off. And this was all in the span of like, so lockdown in March. I think I started this job in September, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Span of 6 months. I had like 5 jobs in between those 6 months. But one thing about me, I'm gonna find a job. So I finally got that position. It was full-time, salaried. My first time ever having a salaried job, actually. I usually would only be hourly wherever I worked. So I was super excited. It was a good role. The only thing was that it was kind of far from where I lived at my parents' house. So it's like a good hour plus drive depending on traffic. So I started that job. It was a small company. It was really cute. The people there were great. But you know, you're still growing in life and you want different things for yourself. So after a year or so, I did look for a new opportunity, which I'm at now, and I've been there for it'll be a year on Valentine's Day, actually. It's a really good company. I love it there. My boss is great. Everything's going well. So now, once I got that, actually no, backtrack. So when I got the job, the first job that was like an hour and plus away, I was there for a year, so there was no way I was going to be doing that commute every day. So I looked for an apartment that was around that area, and luckily I was able to find something. It was like $1,100, which is not bad at all for a 1-bedroom apartment, balcony, everything, parking. It was amazing. So I moved over there, and that was my first time officially living by myself. And I was doing okay, you know, like I was making enough to pay all my bills. Credit was still good. My car payment was there, but it was decent. And then some other things happened where I had to move back home, and during that time is when I was also looking for the new opportunity to end up at my job now. So once that was settled, I moved back out again. And when I tell you how much my expenses went up since that last time I lived on my own, and I am making a little more now, but it's still like, with how everything is right now, it almost makes no difference. So I'm now paying $1,500 essentially for the same thing that I had back then. The apartments are literally like replicas of each other. And then my car went up by like $400 at least, because it's not that I got a more expensive car. Well, maybe it's a little more expensive, but not enough for me to be paying what I'm paying. But I messed up big time because I messed up my credit, and I'm currently in the process of getting it fixed. It's gotten so much better in the span of like a couple months of me working on it, because I was at like 530, and now as of right now it's at 601, which is so major because I hated seeing that 5 for so long. So that's like my little victory right now. So that happened, but the fact that my credit was so low affected so many things. Even to get this apartment, it was a struggle because obviously they have credit requirements, and the minimum at the time for this one, or currently, is maybe, I think it was 600 or 650, but I didn't even have 600 then, so they were like, yeah, no, you're not accepted. I literally begged them, like, I'm like, my old apartment, I was never late on my rent, I have good record, this and that, this is what happened. I explained what happened to my credit, and they were, I'm so grateful for them, because they really like worked with me and eventually granted me like the apartment. So I was able to get the apartment, and that's when, you're adjusting to everything. I actually love it here. I love having my own space. Just having your own place to come to. Even though like I'm complaining about how much everything is, I wouldn't switch it for anything unless the prices go down. But I wouldn't like switch it for anything, because there's just nothing like having your own. Oh my god. I recently got into doing eyelashes. And when I tell you, I'm not even really going anywhere today. I'm just doing this to do this. But yeah, I recently got into eyelashes, so it's been interesting to say the least. Struggling to put it on. Where was I? So yeah, I absolutely love, living on my own and having my own space, and just feel like I'm finally getting everything together. Like, job is good, I'm fixing my credit, and in order to do that, we're gonna get into the next job. If there's one thing your girl is gonna be doing, is have a job and be working, because so like I said, to fix my credit, obviously you have to pay all these things off, make sure like you're not late on any payments, things of that nature. With my salary, like, it's enough, but because all my expenses went up so much, I have like just enough to like cover things I want to do, and still be comfortable, but not enough to like also be putting aside to pay all these things off. So in order to do that, instead of just complaining about it, your girl got a second job. So I now work at Amazon. I'm back at Amazon because it's just so easy to get jobs there, and they're always hiring, literally always hiring. They're never not hiring. And I was lucky enough to find one that was literally 10 minutes from my house. So yeah, I was able to get a job that was literally 10 minutes from my house, that Amazon location, and the shift is like 9 to 1 a.m. so 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's only 4 hours, but it's a flex shift, so they can shift it up 1 hour, or flex up 1 hour, or flex it down 1 hour. So this week, every day they flexed it up like an hour, so I've been working 9 to 2 a.m. And don't forget, I still have my regular job. So I go 9 to 2 a.m. and then come home, sleep. Mondays and Fridays I'm home, so I can sleep in a little. From my regular job, I work remote on those days. But the rest of the week, I do have to go into the office. Oh, what? So my camera died from overheating. But where were we? What was I saying? You know what I was saying?
No.
Before it died? Oh, Amazon. So yeah, so I now work 9 to 1, but again, they can flex it up.
Oh, you said something.
They can flex it up 1 hour or flex it down 1 hour. And this whole week, they've been flexing up.
Oh, yeah, you said you get back from 5 to 6 and then you go to Amazon at 9 to 10.
Yeah, so they've been flexing up till 2 a.m. every day. So this week was a rough one because go there, come home, sleep, go to the office, come back, nap, go back to Amazon 9 p.m., wake up, do it again for like 3 days straight. The only luck I have is the fact that it's only like 4 hours and 1 hour when they decide to push it. So it feels not as bad, even though yes, it's exhausting. And the work, depending on where they put you, girl, they have you out here working. They start you off in the department I'm in. They start you off like scanning. So I'm just scanning boxes and putting them in carts. And then they train you for other things. And the next thing they had me do was like inducting, which is basically like not as bad. You're just standing still for so long. You're just taking the little packages and putting them on the belt, which is super easy. It's just the fact that you're standing one place for like 5 hours your entire shift. But the one that got me was this section in the back where they basically you are still scanning, but it's like big boxes, so it feels like a whole workout. I've been working maybe 3 weeks now and I've lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks, which is great because I haven't had to go to the gym. It's basically my gym workout. I work out for 4 hours every day. So I basically work out for like 4 hours every day is how I like to look at it. I feel good. I'm not too exhausted, but obviously there are days where you're just not feeling it. But even then, I'll still go in and just go unless I'm like, I've only not gone once because I was in my period. I was not in the mood. So I took a VTO. They had like voluntary time off, like that they give out where you're not penalized for not showing up for your shift. So I took one of those and just like rested. But yeah, so I've been doing that, and literally that money that I make from there, I don't even think of it as my money because it goes into everything I'm trying to pay off right now. And my goal, I should have everything done in 3 months, if not less, and be caught up in everything where I'm not like just comfortable with what I'm making salary wise on my actual job, and I'm not stressing about bills. My credit would be better because I would have paid off my credit card and not be late on those payments. And then I had like a whole Easy Pass business thing that I'm getting sorted. I just got my first Easy Pass like tag. I couldn't get it for the longest because I owed Easy Pass. But it's paid off now. But it's just one of those things where like you go through toll, you don't have cash, so you ask for a ticket, and then you lose those tickets. By the time you remember, it's already expired, and then you just forget to pay. Or toll by mail, you don't even remember you got the mail, so then they add the fees. The fees is what gets you. Are you guys serious?
I was already here. This is stuffing.
Anywho, so the fees are what gets you, but I called them. They were able to like, you know, work with you and take off some of those fees because they're just outrageous. So now that's almost done, but I'm basically trying to get my finances together because it was just a hot mess. It was all over the place. It was not pretty and it was stressing me out. But we're getting there. We're getting it done because for the longest time I would just be complaining about it. So now I'm just doing something about it. More action, less shit. Doing yappa 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 and actually doing something. So I'm in a place right now where I might be tired, but it's for a good cause, and I'm gonna get myself together, get my finances together, get my life together. And it's just, even though it has so many downsides of adulting, it's not so many downsides, it's just an adjustment period, I think is what I call it, even though it's still ghetto as hell. But it's a major adjustment period where you just really have to be like, yo, go on that side. So it's basically an adjustment period of you going from like your teenage young adult phase where you don't really care, you don't have too many payments or too many bills, to where one day basically overnight you have like all these bills, and trying to balance everything and not overspend. Because I used to spend on dumb things, like I'll just be shopping or food or hair or nails, whatever it is, instead of paying what I needed to pay. So just be able to prioritize my expenses or my finances or where my money's going, basically. And I think I'm just in that space right now where I'm getting all of that together and just doing really what I need to do and not being lazy, because I could easily be like, all right, I'll just take whatever I'm making from my job now and be home sitting all day watching TV instead of going to Amazon to get this thing paid off. Because honestly, it's made such a big difference, and they pay you every week, so I can just like put the money in there. Obviously, I'm still looking for other ways to make income that doesn't require me like slaving myself away, but this is what it is right now. And until I'm able to get that job that I can literally do for my house that still works out, like I need to find something that I'm able to do outside of my current job, because obviously I can't do both of them during the same hours. But I need to find something I can do outside of that in my own time. Yeah, so until we do that, Amazon is gonna, be my rider right now, and they're giving me money every week. Oh, I didn't even tell you how much I'm making from that. So because of this shift, it's like a late shift, so they pay you like shift differential. So I'm making $20 an hour, which is not terrible, because some of them pay only like 17 or something like that. So it's just, a little extra money to just have to put aside, while, because honestly, that time I would have just been sleeping anyways, or watching TV, or basically not being productive. So why not go use that time to go make money and get my life together? So that is what I've been doing, and I'm not fully where I want to be yet, but we're making progress, and I'm trying to be about it instead of just talking about it. So I'm trying to get it done. The fact that my credit score is even what it is right now is just like proof of that all my hard work is paying off. So I'm so happy. Obviously, it has a long way to go, but we will get there. It doesn't happen overnight. Literally, you expect things to just like, because you want it to happen, it's gonna happen. It will. Just, you have to be patient. It's not everyone's best suit. Sometimes I struggle with it too. So, but just be patient. It's not easy. I think that all of us in our 20s, we're all just going through the same struggles, and it does get better. You just have to be willing to put in the work. But yeah, that is my little rant today. I am pretty much done. I just have to put on my lip gloss. And I'm gonna put all the products I use in the description box below. I literally do the same makeup every time. I only know how to do my makeup one way. So I only know how to do my makeup one way. So that's what I'm doing, because I know it works and I'm gonna stick beside it. Okay, now we're done. So that is it. Let me know in the comment box. Let me know what has been the biggest thing you've struggled with adjusting into being your 20s, or just adulting. What has been your biggest challenge? Because I've hit so many, and it's all a work in progress. But yeah, let me know in the comment box below what has been your challenge. What is your recommendations for someone trying to adjust into this phase? And let's figure this out together. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me rant, because I've really been thinking about this lately, and I just figured I'd come on here and share my thoughts and see what else you guys have going on. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.